Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion and I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube, and I call this, I'm being weird, sugar cookie chapstick, scented flavor. I picked it at random. I'm excited for today's look and a little apprehensive. I do have liner on. I'm gonna tell you everything on my face, so we're just gonna put this on the inside, and this is gonna stay here because we're gonna put a gloss over top of this later. And I haven't used, let's hit my teeth, this liner with this gloss before. So we're doing new things. So what is on my face is Fenty Brow Pencil, Fenty Primer, Fenty Foundation. I wear shade 335, Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Concealer. The shade I wear is 4N. Then I meant to pick up the Fashion Fair, but I picked up House Labs by mistake because I put it in an empty Fashion Fair container, and so this does not look good under my eyes. And so I set my face with this since I had already had the brush in it and everything. And then for under eye, I went in with the Fashion Fair Truly Tawny. Let me back up to the House Labs Bio Blurring Loose Setting Powder, and the shade of this is Golden. And this is my skin tone. This is Truly Tawny from Fashion Fair, their Set It Loose powder. So just to see the differences of those. And then I went in with the Esom palette like I have been doing, but we only used 3 of the shades today. We used, let me stop being awkward. This shade we just kind of put here. This shade we put a little lower. This shade we put at here and around the perimeter of my face. And then I went in with House Labs products. We put on Hibiscus Haze for a blush. This is so pretty. And then we put on the Powder Sculpt Velvet Bronzer in medium level 7 as a bronzer here, you know, the perimeter face still. And for the highlighter, this shade is Golden Pyrite. Then I forgot a step. Then we sprayed my face with the What It Do Fenty spray, which I can't really find anywhere on websites. I think I saw it on, I thought I had seen it on Sephora, but I didn't. But lower lash line, NYX retractable eyeliner, and this shade is gray. And we also did our lower and upper rims. It wasn't showing up much on my waterline, and so then I took the black NYX retractable eyeliner and put that just on the lower rims. And so that is there. And then what did I do? Oh, Nima Tang Dose of Colors retractable lip liner. So that's the lip liner that I have on right now. So we're going to do the intro while I do the brows. Hopefully nothing will fall, but I'm sure something will. Because I'm always dropping stuff. But before we do that, I just want to show you what we're using. I have 6 pat singles, and this one, I want to be careful because one of them already fell out. This is Dark Matter, and we're going to put all of these on because that's what we do. This one is Deep Velvet. That's this. This shade is Burnished Honey. I think this is in another palette somewhere. I am not sure, but it just sounds so familiar to me. This is Rose Venus. This is a metallic. This one is also a metallic, and this is Divine Mink. The Divine Mink is in the Decadence palette, and so I'm trying to figure out where to put that. You know what? I think that's going to go on lower lash line. This one, if you can see how it looks funky, I had opened them, and they're all sitting here open because I was trying to figure out what's going to go where, and so I turned it upside down to read the name, and the whole shadow just fell out of the pan. So I scooped back in what I could and pressed it, and I'm hoping it's not too soft because I didn't put alcohol or anything in it, so I'm hoping it's not too soft to use. But that's why this is looking like this. And did I say the shade name? The shade name is Entrapment. That sounds familiar to me too. But these are the shadows that we're going to be using today. So let's get to the look. If you are new here, backing up again, back it up, back it up, back it up. I'm opening up the new Fenty eyeshadow primer. Yeah, I'm doing that. Why I'm being weird. So I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. crazy, just enjoying your channels, enjoying what you do here on YouTube, enjoying the channels that you watch. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain tool, a certain technique, or a certain brand. Use what you want to use however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it, because what you think matters more than what someone else thinks about you or about what your makeup looks like. Here, we are about self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even with face paint on. Know that you are the bomb. You are a rock star. You are amazing. And you're one of the cool kids. So that's what we stand for here. Loving yourself for who you are. Wearing makeup, just, form of expression or just because it's fun, but not to try to be something you're not. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that is the intro. I do curse sometimes in my videos because I curse sometimes, period. I do try to catch myself. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If you're new here, high five, thank you. I appreciate you clicking on this video to watch, to see what I want to do with these shades. I have not used any of these yet, so this is the first time. I had dark matter before and it was really dry and not enjoyable to use, and so I decluttered it, but then I seen it again at the store and I'm like, and they had all these other colors, and so I'm like, I'll just get one of each color. Yeah, I did that. But so thank you for being here, and if you've been with me for a while, thank you for coming back. I do appreciate that. So let me know. I'm always asking questions in videos. Do you have any of the patch singles? And I don't think they sold well, because like after that run of singles, they didn't do any more singles, and so I don't think they sold well. But anyway, we're gonna put these on and we're gonna see what's what. And so we're gonna take this shade here, that is not Entrapment, this is Deep Velvet, and we're going to do the same thing, outward, inward, dark to light. So that's what we're going to do. So it's picking up nice. No shadow. I did tap off a little bit, did come off, but not a lot. So I'm excited to see what these shadows are going to look like. Or what the look is going to look like, and if the shadows are not dry like the other one I had. And granted, whenever these were made, it was a while ago, and some people didn't even know that Pat McGrath had singles. I'm like, man, they came and went so quick as far as like on her website. And so I actually saw these at TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and TJ Maxx or Marshalls, and I had them in my Macari store, and they wouldn't sell. And I got 6 of them, and I think for all 6 as a bundle, I think I was selling it for like, $50 something. And I thought that was fair, because other people are just selling one for like $15, $20. And so I'm like, oh, these are so, it's a whole set, you have all these colors. But it didn't. And so, when I was decluttering my Macari store, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use these. And so I took them out of my Macari store and deleted the listing. And that happens once in a blue moon where something doesn't sell. I'm like, I'm gonna just keep it. And so, but I really was like, why are they not selling when other people are selling, like $15 to $20 for one, and here's 6, so you can do a complete look with it for like 50 something. So that's less than $10 a shadow. And so I really thought they were going to sell, but they didn't, and I'm using them. Yay, me. I'm looking to see if this part up here is even. So we're going to just tap, just to bring it up a little bit and blend it a little bit. We don't have a traditional brow bone shade for this look, and so I need to make sure that this up here is blended as much as possible. But I could go into another palette, even though these are singles and not a palette. And so we're going to leave that like that. I have a freckle right here, and it always throws me off because between the shadow and the freckle, it looks like just a bare space. But it's just, my freckles. I have them on my eyelids, on my face, of course. And we're going to leave that like that. So we're going to put that brush down, and we're going to pick up this shade, which is Burnished Honey. I'm hoping it's deeper. It looks a little deeper in person. And so I'm hoping it doesn't clash with the brown. And this brown almost reminds me of Swamp of Sorrows Blackthorn, that deep, rich chocolate. And I did not pack this on. I didn't build it up much. But that's what it's reminding me of. And even this shade is reminding me a little bit of, I think it's Disintegration of Swamp of Sorrows, which is orange. But this, it says Burnished Honey, but this to me is like a burnt orange, brick red, I don't know. I'm not good at describing colors, but I wouldn't look at this and think of Burnished Honey. And we're going to feather lightly in between to blend, and it doesn't look like it wants to do that. So we're going to just keep doing it. Okay, it's not too bad, not too horrible. So we're going to put this here. Y'all, I am so slow sometimes. When I'm uploading reels on Instagram, it'll sometimes just play like one reel. Like it'll just keep looping it while mine is spinning. And I saw that thing, the song I think is Give Me Water. It's like, give me water, make me hotter, something. And all it is they put their back to the camera, so you're just watching them shake their butt and do different moves and stuff like that. But and so I thought it was just like a TikTok thing. And I'm in the car one day and I hear, give me water. I'm like, oh, that's like a real song. Like for real, for real. I was like, oh. Because I thought it was just something that somebody made up. And it was so many people. And I know what happens. You know, something's trending. The song, I guess, is trending. And so people, and I don't know if there's a video to it, but everyone was doing the same dance or variations of the same dance. And so let me know if that was really a thing. Was there a video, and the dance that people are doing was the dance in the video? So that's another question. Did I ask a question earlier? Oh, I asked if you had pet singles. So I need to keep track of my questions. So I was like, oh, this is like a real song. Like it's not just something made up. Now this way it does not look like Disintegration. It looks lighter than Disintegration. And you know what? I might be telling you the wrong shade. So let me just look in here real quick and drop stuff. Was it? Yeah, Disintegration. This shade here. So that's what this Burnished Honey is reminding me of, just how it shows up. But on my lids, this does show up deeper than this one. But it is like a softer shade than that. And this is on our outer lid, and this is Blackthorn. But you see, even this is still rich too. And it's buildable. So even though they look different, like on my lids, they're almost the same. And I find myself getting to a place where doing eyeshadow looks, things are starting to look like other things that I have. And that's something that I don't want, is, you know, a lot of the same shades. Now we're going to take, I don't know if I'm going to take this all the way over, because that'll be a lot of shimmer. We're just going to do it. This is Rose Velvet. And so we're going to, okay, this brush. So we're going to put this on the rest of the mobile lid, which is, my mobile lid is only right here. But I take my lid shades up into the crease so you can see it when I look at you. So that's why I do my shadows that way. And this one is going on really nice. I'm hoping I don't have fallout since my face is done, but it's not like I haven't dealt with that before. So we're overlapping this orange shade. This is an ethereal look, which is fine. But maybe not so much because the outer corners are, these two blended in really nicely. So I still have, I think the other two shades might just go on lower lash line. Actually, the gray one is, the gray metallic is, and that's why I put a gray under there. I'm thinking of putting the gold under there too, maybe on the first half of my lower lash line. This shade is nice. Like it's very smooth. It's going on really well. And it's pretty. So this is a simple look compared to some other looks that I'll be trying to do. So we're going to go back to the brush that had that orangey shade, Burnished Honey, and we're just going to just lightly feather up here just to get a blend, because we're not going to put a shadow under our brow bone. And actually, I'm going to tap in lightly to Burnished Honey, and I'm going to just tap that right here. So we're just bringing it up just a tiny bit higher, especially like right here on the outside. I tapped in again, and we're going to do the same thing over here. So this is, you know, might as well say it's on the outer area of my brow. So I am taking it up to the brow, but only like to right here. Yeah, so we're going to just leave that like that, tapping it again, and we're going to put this here. And this side to me always, not always, but sometimes looks like it doesn't want to blend. But then by the time I'm done, I'm like, oh, this is cute. She cute. So we're just going to leave that like that. We're going to put that down. Now we're going to take the gray shade, Divine Mink, which I don't think is a gray. I'm not good at describing colors, because sometimes stuff looks one way to me, and then when I put it on, it looks a different way, and I'm like, what? But and that happens quite a lot. So I'm just pulling out 2 brushes so we can get this on our lower lash line, and we're going to do the outer half. And that gold, it looks really bright, and I don't want to put it for tear duct because it is really bright, but then it may not be. Once I put it on, this is a nice shade, and I do like Decadence, and this is in Decadence, so of course I like this. So this is just with the gel liner underneath, the gel pencil liner. It doesn't even say that, it just says retractable eyeliner, but it's not a stick like the ones that you have to sharpen, like regular eyeliner pencils. I like retractables because I feel like I'm wasting when I sharpen it. And NYX, even though they're retractable and I'm drawn to them, I don't I wouldn't necessarily feel like I was wasting if I had to sharpen those, because they are very inexpensive. But for me, like once I sharpen a pencil, it never performs the same. Like it doesn't give me that same shape that it gave me before I sharpened it. And so I typically don't even like to use those type of liners for my lower lash line. But people love them. It's about preference. What do you like? And I do be using up my NYX retractable pencils. So we're going to take this. I'm hoping it's not still like too soft, because as I said, I didn't put any I was looking to see if I was going to use this little brush, but I think I wish it's going to do tear duct. Let's just put because if we're going to put it here, I'll put it here. So we'll just use this brush. It is super soft. I don't know how long this is going to last, but if I sprayed it, I'm sure it would help, because trying to pick it up in the pan, it's not even wanting to do that, and it's flaking up and creating chips. Okay, this is bright. That's this shade. I made sure not to panic when I dropped it. I'm like, okay, well, not dropped it, but when it just fell out. And I keep a cloth here anyway, so it fell on top of the cloth, and it had got like on my hands, and so I just kind of sat for a couple seconds. Okay, let me just keep my composure, because I did want to scoop it back into the pan, but I didn't want it to be messy, and so I like pulled up the cloth and just kind of like got it back in the pan that way. But I don't think this is going to make it, because it's still just wanting to, it's very soft. This is bright. What are we doing? We're going to go back with that brush that had Divine Mink, and we're just going to do this right here just to kind of blend it. This is very bright. So you see what I'm saying? Like for tear duct, unless I just did just the tear duct and not do any wrapping or bring it all the way over here, I think that would have looked nice. I do. Because it does just like bring a pop, excuse me for smacking, it does bring a pop of color to the look. So this is still Divine Mink. We did not add more on the brush. So we're going to close this. So that's all of the shades And so right now what we're going to do, I'm closing these up. I don't know why. Oh, you know, because I was going to do tear duct for that shade. So this brush can go home because we did not use it. My eyelids are feeling a lot better. I had to come to terms that that other primer was irritating my lids too. Like the more I used it, especially if days in a row, my lids were like, no. So I was kind of disappointed because I really wanted it to work. Oh, I know what I was going to do. We did not use dark matter. And we're going to just put this outer V. I'm going to try to do. And I say try because sometimes my outer V's just turn into outer corner because I struggle with getting the V shape. And I really just think that my brush is too big to do a V shape. Whichever one that I'm using trying to do an outer V. One time I did it and I'm like, wow, this really looks like a V. I'm like, I did it right this time. So I was surprised myself. Here's another question. So I asked if you had pat singles, and I asked something else. I don't even remember. And now I'm asking if when you try something and it works, you're like, wow. Like, do you get excited when you try something new and it works? I would imagine y'all would, but, you know, let me know below. And I ask questions, you know, for interaction purposes and chit-chat amongst yourselves and, of course, you know, chit-chatting with me. And I really like that because we are a community here. And that did not do a lot, but I'm digging it. I did not add more on the brush. And actually, it's not even any more in the brush because it's not going anywhere. So this is what we got. And so now we're going to take, let me put these brushes, let me just leave those right there because everything else is done almost. We're going to take we need to do upper lash line liner. What color do we want to use? Ooh, I don't know. I'm looking at it. We're going to do contemplative state. I want to kind of use bougie, but it doesn't, it's a dual chrome, so it doesn't always show up. But I'm tempted just to put it, let's just use it just to see. This is beautiful on its own. And I know I can also use it as a shadow base, which I haven't yet. But that is something I need to do because this is a beautiful liner. So I'm going to take this brush that I don't like. You know what? I'm going to take one of the little brushes and try to get the hang of these again, doing thin lines. Yeah, this is funny to me. So this is what bougie looks like. So you see it's like burgundy and then it's green, which is a common shift even for eyeshadows, for dual chrome eyeshadows. And that's what makes this really pretty for like just all over the lid. And once these paint pots dry, they dry like on your lid. So I don't think there would be a problem with it creasing, but I don't know because I don't have oily lids. So if somebody has oily lids, I don't know. But because when it dries, it dries. So you see what I'm saying? Like I can see it there a little bit, but not a lot because the shifts just kind of blend in with the eyeshadow. So you see me putting the line right here, and you can barely see the line right there. And I always end up taking too much because I want to get it where I can see it. But at the same time, I don't want to go overboard. So we're just going to leave that. We're going to come down to the edge where Divine Mink is, and we're going to pull that up here with the liner. So I do like it, but I need to use it more as a shadow base to get use out of it because it is very pretty. Or if I don't really want to do a look, just put it as a use it as a shadow and just do that, and maybe put a MAC dark shade on the outer portion of my lid. That would be a really easy look to do. But I really do enjoy the paint pots from MAC. So there we go again with the line. So I am coming down here to the top of, what was that shade? Divine Mink. Down here is Divine Mink. So we're just coming straight up and then we're going to bring it back. So that is what that's looking like. when you can see it, it does look really nice. But it depends on the lighting, because this side I see fine. And the other side I don't. Oh, I'm excited about something, y'all. I'm getting the hang of Clip Champ. I knew how to do the transitions, but it was never working for me. And I did something the other day, and I was like, oh, okay, that's how you do it. And so I'm really learning how to use Clip Champ, and it is very exciting. Hella thick Fenty mascara. And so I was really excited about that. And it is the learning process. And even watching, well, reading how to do the transitions, some of the things they were saying, or even like trimming, you know, a few seconds from the beginning and the end of the video, I had to do different things. I had to, like when I clipped like 4 seconds off the beginning, it wasn't letting me highlight it to delete it. But with Clip Champ, when you split it, you can, like say I split here, say I split right here, I can actually move all of the rest of this over and then go back and stretch it out and then delete it. And so that's what I learned. And also, when I bring this part back in, I can overlap a little bit. So that gives it, I found that that gives it a seamless transition. And so that was a learning curve, because I'm thinking like, this is, it should not take this long. And so you may have noticed in some of my videos that I have the little bar that pops up, which I need to remember to always put up there. During the video, it shows hitting the subscribe button, the like button, notification button. And so I did that, and I've learned how to do picture in picture. So you may have seen, well, picture in video. Like when I talk about something, I would put like a picture over here. And so it's really interesting. And with Clip Champ, there's different timelines. Like there's the timeline for the video. If you add a transition, that's on a different timeline. And so you can see like where it is, but it's really hard for me to get to the point I needed to get to when I rewind it. And so that's the challenge. For some reason, it was easier in just video editor. But I am learning. So you may have noticed some different things in the videos, or even when I put text in the video somewhere, it's different than how it used to look. But I'm starting to enjoy it. And because I don't do a lot of editing, I'm like, okay, this little bit I'm doing, it's me not doing a lot of editing is giving me the patience to learn how to use Clip Champ. Because if I was like trying to edit a whole bunch of stuff and then I'm struggling trying to do it, and that's what was happening before, I was getting frustrated with it. So for gloss, we're going to take Flash Dance from Pat McGrath. Y'all, we're almost done. And we're going to put this on. I was wondering if it was going to blur the line, but I think if I just go back and forth, it will blur the line. Give it like an ombre type effect. Even though I really like how gloss looks on top of a liquid lip, because it's a gloss, excuse me for smacking, it breaks down the matte quality of the liquid lipstick. And sometimes it'll bleed. And so I said, you know what, let me just start using lip liners like regular people. And I only have 3 because I don't use them a lot. This one from Neiman, a black one from NYX, and Club Hopper, which is, I don't know what the shade is, but this is Club Hopper. So it's not quite a brown, maybe like a deep something, I don't know, but that's that. So those are the only 3 lip liners I have. Y'all know I needed to get a black. They're not the softest, but they're very inexpensive. And I get them from Ulta, and they're always having those coupons. And so when there's a coupon, or if NYX website is having a sale, they had a 30% off sale a while ago. I bought a bunch. I am liking the lip. I'm still just trying to blend out this line. So that's why I keep going like this. But I do like it, and I think this is the easy ombre look for your lip. And it's old school. This is going back to the 80s when you had like the sharp, the sharp liner. I like it. Does it go with the eye look? I don't think so. But that's what we're going to do. So I'm trying to think, am I forgetting anything? I think this is everything, y'all. This is the look. Oh, and what I've been doing is putting a picture, like when I say this is the look, and I would just like have the picture in like for a 3-second thing. And so I have learned picture in picture. So then I can just be like, this is the look without pointing because it just pops up right here. And because of where I sit, excuse me, there's space there to put stuff. And so I am enjoying that. I was thinking if I wanted to do things I'm considering buying, or just something not quite new releases where they pop up pictures and talk about stuff, because I'm not going to buy the majority of that stuff anyway because I don't shop a lot like that. And so I don't feel like that would be true to me, but I am trying to think of what to do to just incorporate more of the things that I'm learning in Clipchamp. So anyway, this is it for this video. So do you have any of the past singles? I forgot what the other question was. And what was the third question? I'm gonna watch this back and be like, girl, why do you even be asking questions? Because I really did forget already like what the question was. But anyway, we're really gonna go. Let me know what you think of this look. And what I might do is put the questions as a pinned comment as I'm editing. I'll write them out. But anyway, thank you for being here. If you made it this far and you're not subscribed, please do. Especially if you know you're going to come back. I have a lot of playlists. Everything is labeled according to brand, so it's easy to find what you're looking for. And, you know, like this video if you like it. Feel free to share my videos, and I appreciate when you guys do share my videos. I'm like, oh, people are sharing my videos. And so that is exciting, and comments are always welcome. And is there something else that I'm missing? Oh, join. If you're interested in joining, you can click to see what the perks are for that. The main perk for me is that the members get to make a request. And so I know that I'm doing something that they would really like to see. And so that's the main perk. And then there's, you know, some other perks. And I do post members only information on my community tab. And that's how, you know, we communicate back and forth on my thoughts or what do they think about if I do such and such. And so for me, you know, I'm enjoying that too. And so, yes, we're really going to go. I know I said that like 5 times. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you for being here, and you will see me soon.